guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am serving you Island Beach vibes with this bright tutorial using the Vida Loca palette by Kat Von D. I am using some new brushes today. This is the tapered eyeshadow brush by Ruby Kisses. I picked this up from my local beauty supply store for about $3.99 and it looked like a nice densely packed brush, so I decided to use it in today's tutorial. To start my eyes, I'm going to be going into the palette with the orange color called Analog, and I'm going to use this as my transition shade, packing on the color and blending out the edges just so I have a nice smooth transition. For my crease color today, I'm going to be going back in the palette using the purple color called Anthem, and I'm going to be using a Sigma brush, and I'm just going to pack this really deeply into my crease, and then I'm going to go ahead and blend it upward into the orange color. When I started blending these two colors, it just always reminded me of a nice sunset, and I just got so much inspiration while doing this. I'm actually going to be going to Jamaica in March, so I'm so prepared and so excited. I just had to do this tutorial today. Once you go ahead and blend those two colors together, you can go ahead and clean up your lid. I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Pure Beige with a concealer brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and clean up the lid and set it with a translucent powder. Now for my eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the small eyeshadow brush from Ruby Kisses as well. I think this was $2.99, and I'm going to go back into the palette using the yellow color called Fran. Now this color does not go on the lid well when the brush is not wet, so I did mist it with my NYX matte setting spray. Once I did pack on that color, guys, this look came out so beautiful. You just want to make sure that you keep adding as much moisture from the setting spray as you need to make this color really pop. And you should have something that looks like this. Now that the eyes are done, I'm going to go ahead and start to line them. I'm going to be using my Trooper inked liner, and I'm just going to take it very slow because I really didn't want to mess up all the hard work I just did with this yellow liner, especially because, or yellow eyeshadow, because it was so hard to go on. So I'm just using baby strokes. Now for today's lashes, I'm going to be using the Eyelure lashes in the style Opulent. I used dual adhesive glue to go ahead and put on the lash band, and I'm just using some tweezers to place my lashes on, and then I'm going to squeeze my lashes with the fake lashes using my fingers. I always think that's important to do because you'll be able to see the gap between your real lashes and your fake lashes if you don't do that, and we do not want to get caught slipping, so make sure you do that. Moving on to the face, I'm going to start priming. This is going to be the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Primer, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that all over my face and my neck. And I'm going to be using my Lancome Tinty Dole Foundation 460W for my foundation. I always rave about this foundation. I'm never going to let it go. I think it is one of the best foundations for my skin personally that I've ever used. Going in with a clean beauty blender, I'm just going to go ahead and take that down my neck and all across my face, just making sure I have a nice smooth canvas. Now once you go ahead and blend out all of that foundation, we're going to start our highlighting. I'm going to be using that same Pure Beige on my chin, my nose, under my eyes, and my forehead. When I think of island and the beach and vacation, I think of the sun and everything so bright and light, so I wanted to make sure that my highlight today was extra bright. So instead of using Sacha Buttercup powder, I'm going to be using my translucent powder from Laura Mercier. Now I'm going to be using the small Real Techniques Micro Mini blending sponge, and I'm going to go ahead and just blend out my nose, my forehead, my chin, and under my eyes. This sponge is so great, guys. Like, it gets everywhere and it's just perfect. Now I really didn't feel like contouring my nose today because I wanted to keep it light, so I'm going to drag my concealer down the bridge of my nose where my foundation is, so it creates an illusion of a contour. Just to save you some work. Now upon looking at my stash, I am actually out of my Sacha Buttercup powder, as you can see. So whatever was left in there, I just use it on my chin and down my nose because for some reason my translucent powder makes my nose really cakey. And then I just use Laura Mercier translucent powder on my forehead and under my eyes. Now, once you go ahead and set under your eyes with that Laura Mercier translucent powder, you're just going to want to let it sit there for a while because we really want this to bake in today. You want everything to be nice and bright. However, not my nose, so I'm going to go ahead and use this Morphe brush and brush off my nose powder. Now to contour my cheeks just a little bit and give some definition, I'm using my medium to tan contour kit by Anastasia, and I'm just going to add a little bit of color, blending out that translucent powder as well as my foundation. To carve out my cheekbones, I'm going to be using that same translucent powder and that small mini blending sponge, and I'm just going to carve out my cheekbones. Now, when you're going under your eye to get rid of that powder, I would suggest pressing it in instead of brushing it away. That just makes sure that everything stays smooth. Going back to the eyes, I'm going to be using these three colors here. The first color I'm going to be using on the outer edge is going to be the color called Dark Wave. This is just a nice deep ocean blue. I thought it was just a nice color to go along with the whole beach theme. I then packed on Synth, that light blue shade, on the inner corner, and then I took some of the Echo and blended it on the outer edge as well. Now I couldn't find a black eyeliner for my bottom lash line, so I just used this ink liner in Trooper again. I would just suggest being careful if you do this because it is liquid. Give your lashes a quick coat of mascara using your Lancome mascara or whatever you like using, and I'm going to go ahead and set the rest of my face with my Black Opal, what is this, matte setting powder? I believe it's a matte setting powder in the color Deep, using a Morphe powder brush. Put a little there, put some there, and today I decided to do blush. This was a no-name blush. I'm not quite sure what it was, but it went along with the eyes. Now that we're done, I'm going to go ahead and set my face with my NYX matte setting spray, and I'm going to go ahead and start my highlight. I'm going to be using my Ultimate Glow Kit by Anastasia and a Real Techniques setting brush and just plop that on. I usually do it before, but your highlight glows a little bit better when you put it on top of setting spray, so today I wanted to try that. Now once you're finished highlighting, I'm just going to go back all over my face and just set and blend everything together with that powder brush, picking up no additional product. Now going back under the eyes, I'm just going to place that orange analog color under the blue just to make everything pop. And I did have some lipstick issues, so I wanted this look to be very pale pink or pale nude, and I used this reddish brickish color lip liner with this light pink gloss, but it just didn't do it for me. I didn't think it looked good. So what I did was I took Sepia by Anastasia Beverly Hills and put that on top, and it made like the perfect mistake. Like these lips came out perfect to me. Now if you don't like the color or it's a little bit too much for you because the eyes are so colorful, I think a plain Jane lip gloss would look good as well, as you can see here. Now you guys can comment down below which one you liked better. I'm on team lip gloss, but again, thank you guys for coming back to my channel. I do appreciate every one of you. As always, please comment, like, subscribe, share this video, and give it a thumbs up if this video inspired you. I'll see you in the next one.